All right, New Jersey Governor Chris Christie is answering new questions tonight, actually speaking live on a radio program at this hour about the bridge scandal. He appeared just moments ago in a radio segment called Ask the Governor.
Do you believe that you have the political capital, the support of the public, the will of the people, to be able to advance a second-term agenda?
Sure. I got 61% of the vote in November.
Well, those poll numbers have come down considerably, though,
Well,
Governor.
but listen, Eric, the poll numbers are still better than most governors in the region and most governors across the country.
Interesting comment in light of Christie's quip earlier today that pollsters are always wrong, just like weathermen, he said. Christie also noted that no one asked him about the scandal during a town meeting today, which is the same as his last town hall. And that's true. New Jersey voters didn't ask about it. But he did not note that both forums were held in very Christie-friendly areas of the state.
I'm in my second term now. And according to our Constitution, you know, that means I can't run for governor again. I can tell you something. That's really good news for you. It's really good news for you, and here's why. I don't worry about politics anymore, everybody. This is it. I'm on the back nine. And when you're on the back nine and you don't have to worry about playing another front nine, your only obligation is to tell people the truth.
Up front tonight, Newsday columnist Ellis, Henican, and political analyst Steve Adubato. Steve, what's your reaction to that? What does he mean, back nine? You don't have any, I mean, you know, you could read that a couple of ways. This guy was running for president. Is he now not running for president?
I know him pretty well. He does not play golf, so he's not referring to the back nine of golf. But I'll say this. The governor says he's not on the back nine, or he's on the back nine, but here's the thing. It is about politics because the governor has things that he has to do, like balance the budget. The governor needs the Democrats who control both houses of the legislature. The governor needs the popular support of the people to put pressure on Democrats to get what he has to get done. The bottom line is, I don't think the governor is as weakened as many people say, as Ellis is about to say, but I will say this. Politics will always be a part of your life as a politician, whether it's the first or the second term.
All right, what do you think? What do you read into that, Ellis?
Well, it's not the back nine, it's the sand trap.
By the way, this guy's very savvy. He loves playing this game. He knows people are going to read into that. Oh, is he doing something?
His ball is in the water. He's neck deep in algae. I mean, the back nine, he'd be lucky to be on the back nine.
He's at 50%.
He is, but listen, first of all, the notion that he has to call back poll numbers from November, hello? You know, Governor, some stuff has happened since November in the state of New Jersey. This guy, come on, he's the walking wounded. We don't know that he's dead yet, but it's a very different day.
But there has been, I mean, Grant, you got to admit, Ellis, absolutely no proof that he personally did anything wrong at all in this case. So if that is true, doesn't this just roll off after a while?
Drip, 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 drip. I mean, maybe.
Granted, the governor is in trouble. Yes. He's gone from 70% approval to 50%. But I'll say this, but drip, drip, drip. Where's the president? My point is this. You make it sound like the president should quit because his approval ratings are in the low 40s. It happens in politics.
Steve, here's the problem. And he sounded perfectly nice talking there. But we hear him so differently now. All the things we used to like about Chris Christie now make him sound like a jerk, right? He's not strong. He's pushy. Bipartisanship seems phony. I mean, all the good things that people liked have now turned against him.
Well, the question is that only to people who didn't like him before?
No, all those middle people are dumping him.
Ellis, he's changing his tone because But listen, he has a problem. The problem is there.
Thank you.
The investigations are going on, and he needs the Democrats to move forward. And the Democrats are trying to kill him, and I understand why. So you're saying he has a nicer tone. He's humbler with people. How dare he do that? Well, what do you want him to do? You want him to go into people's faces?
No. I much prefer the nice version, but it just seems phony at this point. Doesn't it just seem... The thing that was so good about him is that you believed he was real. Now nobody believes he's real.
Well, but again, my question is it just the people who didn't like him and say, well, this is the guy we always wanted you to see?
No. Listen, he started out with huge support. There's no denying it, and he's now lost.
Unprecedented.
A lot of that was Hurricane Sandy.
Unprecedented.
Listen, a lot of that was Hurricane Sandy.
His approval ratings are still way above that of the president, though, to Steve's point.
20 points in 3 months is not good, and this thing's going to go on for another 6 at least.
Listen, it is bad, but let's be clear, 70 to 50. All right? The president is a lot lower. And the other thing that I'm going to say this about the governor. The governor is going to...
I love the game of relativity here.
Okay. It is.
But not as bad as this other bum, right?
Listen, you call the president a bum and not me. But here's the thing. I'm saying the governor's biggest challenge beyond Bridgegate, beyond a lot of these questions that still have to be answered, and which I would all these people taking the fifth over time on his staff.
Not good.
That's a problem. We agree, all right? But here's the other thing.
Yeah.
The governor is going to have to, with his people, get people back into their homes with Hurricane Sandy, because that is the thing more than anything else, Erin, that put him in a strong position politically. That's the thing he's got to get done.
All right, let me just play something else, because he did address this issue of what his staff knew. Here's the governor tonight.
Do you think she ordered those lane closures on her own? Do you think she acted
I
on
have
her
no
own?
idea, Eric, and I'm no longer going to speculate on things that I don't know about. That's why we're in the midst of an internal investigation. And when we develop all the facts that need to be developed and have reviewed all the documents that need to be reviewed, maybe I'll have a better view of what went on.
Here's the problem with it. I mean, it's a perfectly reasonable delay tactic
Well, if he didn't know anything, it's also a completely honest answer.
It is, but
It
it's
was a delay
exactly,
tactic.
but Steve, it's exactly the reason that people liked him was that he knew stuff. He was
my God.
tough. He was in there.
Oh, wait a minute. Respectfully, the United States Attorney, Paul Fishman in New Jersey, is investigating this case.
Yeah, and
The
10 other people.
Okay, and the state legislature, run by Democrats, both houses are disproportionately Democrats controlling the committee, are investigating. So they're going to try to get to the truth. So he gets asked on a live call-in show, what do you think about Bridget Kelly? Was she telling the truth? Oh, listen, forget about the investigations. I'll tell you what happened.
See,
that's ridiculous.
But Steve, here's the problem he's in, right? No matter what he does at this point, like you saw him in Washington last weekend, like hiding and running. He was like a member of the Witness Protection Program instead of the Republican Governors
would you have
Association.
said right there?
I don't want him to look like an extra from American Hustle 2, and that's how he's coming off.
Let me give a final question to you, Steve, because
Sure.
there's been a report, Charlie Gasparino, Fox Business, reported
Yes.
on this, right? You saw the report that he's losing some big donors on Wall Street. Totally counter, by the way, to the numbers
Ken
we've gotten
Langone.
out of the Republican Governors Association, which show he's bringing in
$6
record
million
after record.
in January.
All right, who's right? That RGA number coming in, or what Charlie's now reporting? Is he losing Wall Street support?
Listen, I don't really know what's going on with Ken Langone and some of the other folks on Wall Street, but I do know that $6 million coming in for the RGA in January is a big number. The bigger problem for the governor, in my opinion, is some of those Republicans running for governor who are hiding from him. If they don't start taking pictures with him over time, that's going to be a bigger embarrassment.
All right, well, we'll leave it there. Thank you both for a very heated conversation.
Good to see
He
you.
did? Really?
Fine. Come on.
Love that guy.
We're just getting started.